Afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being on the call today. I'm Georgia Alpazar. I'm the regional director for the North Florida region, and I'm proud to introduce Ernie Plaza, who is our regional ambassador for our military community. And just a little bit of insight as to what we're going to be doing here, and I'm now going to turn it over to Ernie. As you know, Keller Williams started a military, it was called a division or a segment a few months ago. And then since that time, it's kind of developed. And we as the region wanted to start a regional military mastermind. And so Ernie, the Lake Nona Market Center was doing a really, really great job of developing their military program, and Ernie was a key player in that. And so at the time we asked Debbie Irons, the team leader, and Ernie to step up to be our regional leaders of this. And then Keller Williams actually took our idea of establishing regional leaders for all of our, at the time they were called segments, for luxury, for military, for commercial, for YP, and all of those segments. And then since that time, we've actually changed from being a segment to a community. So there's a lot of things that have happened over the course in just the short few months that we kind of came up with all of this brilliant idea. And Ernie, as our regional ambassador for the military, and I've been working on how we can bring real value to all of you. And one of our ideas is to have these monthly calls in addition to the areas that KW military is going to be bringing to you with their information and so forth. So as our military regional ambassador, Ernie will be attending some calls with all the other ambassadors for all the other communities to learn how to develop the communities within the region. Different areas that military is going to be bringing from a KWRI perspective. And then in order to get that information out to you, we want to have a call monthly, right, Ernie? Monthly. I think we've decided it's going to be the fourth Wednesday of every month at this time at 12 o'clock. And then he'll be giving you updates and sharing with you things that are going to be coming out from KW for your benefit as well. So this is our first call, and I just wanted to, get everything kind of kicked off and say thank you to all of you for your service, for everything that you do, for being a part of Keller Williams family. And we're excited that we're here, and we're here to serve you and give back for anything that we can do. And we love to hear from you and any of your ideas and suggestions. And at that point, Ernie, I'm gonna turn it over to you, and I'm gonna be a wingman today, Ernie. In case something comes up, somebody's got a question, I can help you. I'm gonna be your wingman, okay?
Awesome, sounds great. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today, and I want to say thank you to Georgia and Ashley for putting this together, and thank you to all of us that have been working on this for years. I know Chris Baker, Debbie Irons, and my office has been doing stuff. We're picking that up, but I know throughout there in the region, everybody's doing all these other little things for the military, for the veteran families, to start a program. Well, it's here. Keller Williams finally answered, has created the segments, and where this is going to be the funnel to just bring all that into play, answer all the questions, and help create things that we can actually do right on the ground, on your ground. So you know how we say, foot on the ground, your office, foot on the ground, what you could do there, and relay what we learned from above, and also pass that information of the problems you guys are having at your office, and we could funnel it up that way. So thank you for everybody from that's been doing some type of program. This is the funnel to share that information as well. So thank you. And if you guys have seen Family Reunion, we did announce the segment. And one of the first things that I know in our office they asked us to do is register for in command as being a military agent. So all of us should have done that by now. If you have not done that, please go to command and register how you're affiliated with the military. So I know one of them is, And there's more designations that will be coming. So in command, you have active duty, you have veteran, you have military spouse, you have reserves. They are working on creating some more designations. So if you have that new agent that's just joining your office, please make sure to go over with them the way of registering. I think I have a how-to video. I'm gonna share it right here. If you guys give me a second. That way, it was a nice video that they put together, and I borrowed the link. So that's what we should do, right? We should never have to duplicate something that's already working. So there was a clarification that came from the master. So we already had our mastermind for the regional ambassadors from KW military, all the ambassadors that were chosen. We already had one, and they're already working on some of the guidelines. And one of them that says, for clarification, if a spouse of a retired veteran wants to mark as a designation in command, they can mark it themselves as a military spouse. So that was a question that came up in our first meeting. And so it was answered correct. Yes, it is. So that's how you become a military agent within command, within KW. That way, throughout the whole system, through your office, through your region, and then above that, they could see and they could get a correct count. So it's important that we pass this out, that everybody knows where to go register, because KW wants us to know how many veterans we have, how many people under this designation. So any questions on that so far? Okay, good. I tend to talk, go ahead.
There's a question, is this only for vets? Let's clarify that. Because I think that was part of what you were trying to get clarified, is it's not just for vets, it's for military spouses and family members. If you want to clarify who this military group is for.
Sure. So this group we're in right now is your region. This is Georgia, Ashley, our North Florida region. So we extend from, I think, Tampa, Central Florida, all the way up north. So this is for us. So in your office, we're going to look for a military agent within your office, and then funnel it this way. Then from here, we go up to KW military, and then from on top of KW military, which Levi already talked about, it's going to go KW international, because we got bases everywhere. So we're spreading this around internationally. That's something that's being worked. So as far as the designation, currently what we have is the active duty veteran, the military spouse, reservist, or National Guard. But they are working on creating more designations. This group right here is, if you're an agent that's very active in the military, you do a lot of veteran sales, and not just the sale. We're looking for people who actually go out and do stuff for the community, right? That's what we are, right? That's one of our win-wins, that we go out there and help those. So for this military segment, if you're someone in your office that is active and doing a lot of stuff for VA, a lot of volunteering, or even if you just do something out there, join this group. If you're active with military, we're looking for you guys to join this group as well. Any other questions? Well, you registered in command. I just want to double check to make sure.
We'll take care of all your questions, Ernie. You just keep going. I'll monitor the chat.
Okay, good. By the way, this is great because I do a lot of other stuff, and the fact that Ashley and Georgia are working on making sure of these meetings, following up throughout the region, so you guys will be getting these notifications. That means that it's just going to be a lot of communication. But the only way we're going to make this strong is that we all stay active in this, and it's not just something we're going to drop for this week and then before family reunion we get very active. What's going to make this grow and give to the veteran and military families in your offices is our participation and everybody working together. All the years in the background where everybody's been doing stuff, it's finally come to this point. Now we want to take it to a next level. So again, the region, thank you guys for jumping on board and helping us with this. All right, what is KWRI, Keller Williams, doing for KW agents and military agents? So now this is KWRI, this is above us, right? So the first one I have here is KWRI Levi military segment. So you saw he was announced in family reunion, and I got to see his story. You know, guys, I'm the president here of VA Rep Central Florida, and we're a very big group nationally, and we were all on board at the booth, KW military booth during family reunion. And when we saw him being announced, not only was it a surprise to us, but when we saw his story and we met him, we understand why he was picked. He's an amazing person. He brings a lot to the table, and he's very, very well organized, and he's going to take this thing to the next level. So he's part of that segment, right? And basically, if you're chosen as an ambassador, and we're going to talk about the ambassador, the regional ambassador right now. This is only a one-year thing. So next year, one of you guys could be selected for that position. This is the first one, so we're making it work. We're putting everything together. But next year, I'm looking for someone else to step up, and the region will pick someone else to take this segment, right, to the next level. So it's a 12-month commitment, and we have to attend regional leadership meetings with Levi and with the rest of the group, and provide updates and bring feedback from the ground. Things that you guys have questions about the military segment. And then we're supposed to take what we learned from them and bring it down to our segment leaders. Well, our segment, we're down here, our region, and pass down information, bring the updates, collective constructive feedback. Why am I saying that? As a drill sergeant, we always said, give us constructive criticism. We're all military, right? Let's teach the rest of the people how we are. We could give good feedback, whether it could be strong or not. I mean, strong, we understand. We all understand each other that when we're giving direction, it's because it's the right thing to do, and we want to move forward fiercely with what we want to accomplish, right? So I hope the rest of the group's on board with me on that one. And best practices. They're already building best practices. And if I have... True to Ernie Plaza's nature, I just throw everything everywhere. But I do have some best practices that we already have in place. Levi has already created some SOPs of things we could say, things we can't say, as far as our group. And then that's what we're going to bring coming down that way. So the best practices that would be implemented above will only come from the floor. It'll come down from you guys, from the offices. So I look forward to a lot of feedback coming from the offices of what they want, what they need, and that way we can make this a good thing. Let me see. So that's just the KW military segment. How many people know that MAPS coaching already has a class? How many people? Awesome. So Andrew, you're the only one. How many people? Just type down there, me. I just want to see the group lighting up because KW MAPS coaching has a class already. It's called Building a Sustainable Military Business. Awesome. Hey, Amy, nice to see you. Amy's one of them. She's in Lakeland, and she's part of that class. I got to miss it yesterday. Go ahead.
Does Amy have a question? She's got her hand raised. Or are you just telling us, Amy?
I was just telling you I was in the class, and then he said to chat, so I chat.
Very good. All right, thank you.
I was just a test to see if everybody's paying attention. I'm just kidding, guys. If you don't know me, I like to joke around because that's how I'm relieving my stress right now. But it's basically, I want this to grow, and I want this to be, I'm very passionate, and I see that everybody else is. So let's have fun while we're doing it. So it's a great class. I've done so many things with military classes, with VA rep, other things, but you know what? You learn something new every day, and the MAPS coaching class is great. I love it. I'm learning so much, and they go over so many things. So our plan is to collect all the information that we are getting from all these other places and funnel it down to the office. If you have a military agent, I would suggest that they take this class. If you have someone who's interested in becoming a military agent and wants to learn, that's the one for you. And that's the first one.
All right, do you want to, I can have, Ashley, are you back? I will have Ashley go on to Maps and find that military class. We're asking how to sign up. It's not really it's not a regional class. It's just a Maps coaching class that you do on Zoom. And I think it's a 3 or 4 month class, right, Ernie?
Yes, yes.
What's it called again?
It's called, brain cramp here, Building a Sustainable Military Business.
Yeah.
It's KW Maps, and it's with Karina Gafford, and she's doing an awesome job.
Ashley will find that link. It's actually just in the group. It's in the group coaching, but we'll get you that link. So Ashley, can you find, Andrew just did it. Thank you, Andrew. Andrew just put it in there. So you've got that now. If we could just go back for a minute, Ernie, just so people, I think this is a little different for everybody because we have some people who thought this was about working with military families and everything, and they're not necessarily in the military, and we appreciate that too. And at the same time, we've got some people that are kind of part of military brats, that's as you guys call it. And is there a differentiating factor to offering this to the military community? I think one of the things we want to do as we progress in our region, Ernie, is be able to take some ideas and some initiatives and say, okay, how do we work as a military person? How do we work with other military families, and how do we help them buy houses? How do we find programs? How do we find, homes for heroes? How do we network as a military person? How do we network with our other military families and help them buy and sell real estate? How do we help them with their wealth building? That's the direction that we want to eventually take this, right? So today is kind of like just an overview of what we're doing, and that the big picture is through all of you, how can we help you build your business? But more importantly, how do we help you change the lives of those military families out there who are your customers and clients? And then in turn, that helps you build your business. Does that make sense to everybody? So by changing lives and building businesses, it's also by changing lives, it helps build your business. And then we also want to get into some recruiting. How do we go into some of these military bases, and how do we work with young people in the ROTC and people that are getting out of the military, and how do we help them sustain and build a real estate business? So how do we bring some military people in and have them get a real estate license and have them build their business, right, Ernie?
You're correct. This is exactly what it's for. It is an overview, and I touched on the MAPS coaching a little bit, but this is like this. I don't know if you guys can see the background of mine, but this is what I do. Actually, Chris Baker was on there, one of the founding chapter members in our office, was part of this. So, I mean, this is one of the programs, right? So this is if a Keller Williams agent that I just saw there says, I've never served, but I'm a child of a veteran, and they want to do work for the veteran, we'll be bringing them in our masterminds, things that are being done out there. So if someone's doing something out there that's working, like Facebook marketing, we went over that last week. And Amy Long is doing great in that. I saw her in the Facebook pages, Lakeland. You know what? She's my new referral partner in Lakeland because she's out there. I see her, the way she's marketing. She's showing that she's military. So these are the classes we'll be bringing here as well. It's just part of the mastermind. In case anybody wants to join and do that type of stuff, it'll be there. So
I might be reaching out a little bit here, but when we say I've never served, but I'm a child of a veteran and I want to, help serve the community. I don't think for our local regional mastermind that we're going to eliminate anybody from being on these calls or learning. Now, there might be some designations or some things from KWRI that they have that's specific for certain things, but Ernie, I don't want to be speaking out of turn, but I think you would agree with me that for our local regional mastermind calls that we want to have, that we want to embrace anyone that comes from a military family and help support that. Would you agree?
Yes, Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
So we're not going to, we certainly want to, we certainly want to help you all do this and build your businesses and help others.
Awesome. So I'm going to go to the region now. So this is where Georgia and Ashley and all of us in this call right now, this is us. So we want to establish presence in the region. And that's going to be by doing something in your office, by being active, by promoting, by being that military agent, right? You know, and it's to build a community, the military community segment within our region. And that's why I said that, you know, Georgia's looking for a military agent per office to be part of these calls and then help the military agents in their office. And it's, you know, conduct a monthly regional leadership mastermind, which everybody here can attend and provide the updates and the answers. Share, communicate the region, basically establish our best practices for our region level. Why do I say that? Because, you know, you got KW above that does their thing, but, you know, Georgia allows us to grow our businesses the way we want, and she wants to hear all this information and establish something in the region. That's why we're here today, actually, because she wants everybody here and anybody else who wants to join. You know, we got to pass out the information and pick up on those pointers and pick up on this, because eventually the future goal is, I know one thing that she's talked to Chris Baker about is doing these military classes with Q&L on the bases, for the young soldiers, for the young military people that they need the guidance. So this doesn't just stop here. This, like I said, everyone who else has done stuff in the past, thank you, because we're here today because all your hard work from yesterday, and we're looking to project even further, and we only could do that together. So that's all I have for the region. Georgia, do you want to add anything for the region?
I was going to say that, you know, it would be great if we put like a 1-3-5 together that would say, you know, like as our military group, and we're gonna, like I said, we want to have a candidate. Like Amy here just volunteered that she would like to be the representative for KW Smart Lakeland. We love that, and then through our local market centers, we will put together kind of like a task force, like a 1-3-5, to say what's our big goal. And then, you know, I see other things in here, like they want to talk about Order Home USA, and there's several things that we can bring to the forefront for all of you to be able to learn from. Andrew, I'm not sure, I don't know if I'm going to Volin told you, but you might want to be the leader for your market center there in Sarasota Metro. See, so I already knew that. And I'm not sure if the young man is on this call, but there was a gentleman that was in one of the Jacksonville offices. And if you're on this call, please let me know that you wanted to, I think Mark Dilworth let me know that you wanted to be the leader for that particular market center. Are you on this call? I'm not sure.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
What was your name again?
Adam Zara.
Yeah, Adam. And I think did I email you or text you or something, or but I know that
yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah. So see, I didn't forget about you.
So
I forgot your name, but I didn't forget about you.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. We got Atlantic Partners now, and we're doing our quarterly and monthly meetings. We've got about 15 military agents just between the 5 marketplaces, and we're doing some community outreach stuff. So whenever you guys are ready to start doing maybe like a region day, I know there's a lot of vets and active duty that maybe want to do like a get together and agents and, you know, kind of everybody meet up kind of a thing. So that'd be great.
Yeah, I think the next thing, Ernie, is that, you know, we're going to have our next call in about a month, fourth Wednesday of the month. But I think the next thing is maybe in the next 60, 90 days, Ernie, we look at getting a military group together, and then bring in Levi and maybe some other speakers, and talk about how we could, you know, really build this up. So Ashley, I see that there's a lot of people volunteering for their market centers, that they want to be the market center rep.
Yep.
So will you make sure that we get this chat so we know that, because we've got KW on the parks, we got Mark's there number 294. Adam, Andrew wants to do Sarasota Metro, and we got Nikki Goslin and Daytona Beach, and they're just, you guys are just like coming out of the woodwork. You're just volunteering so much, but I would expect nothing less. I would expect nothing less from all of you. Oh, here's some more. All right. Awesome. Keep going.
That's awesome. Great job, guys. Great job. All right. So on the local level, now we're going to talk on the local level. So the local level is your office. So everybody that's volunteering is to help bring this information that we're gathering, building, and then share it within your office. So your office leaders will be part of this. They'll know about this, but it's basically to sit down with them and saying, hey, this is what we're doing regionally, and I want to do this in our office. So for instance, in our office, we have the Freedom Grant. That's something that was started by Chris Baker and Debbie Irons, and they've been working on it for a while. And I'm actually sitting down with Henry to finalize it, get it written down. And this is something we're going to actively do in our office. So, it's something that basically we're going to try to have a grant for a military veteran that's coming from, let's say, out of active duty, coming out and wants to be a realtor. And if they get granted this grant, they basically their dues and other items get paid for them for the first year. And this could also be something for the military spouse. This is something that they've done it. I remember when I joined the office in 2014, it was in effect. I actually said, you know what, they'll give it to someone else, because I had my 401k money that I was using, and someone else won it, and they were part of office for a lot of years, and it was granted to them, and it was an easy transition for them, where they didn't have to pay these $2,000 and stuff like that. Aura fees, MLS fees. It was part of that program. So I'm very honored to take this program and keep growing it. As you see, our Lake Nona offices, we have great support system for the military, everybody's hard work. So these are the things we want you guys to develop a program that you're going to be passionate about, and you're going to push and bring it to us, share it. Like I said earlier, you don't have to repeat something that's already working. Why create something new if you already have something working, right? So I'm very interested to hear what you guys are doing locally at your office, and then bring us the problems you're having, because that's the only by communicating in this group that's all like-minded people will we be able to answer and push forward the problems we're having in a correct manner. Let me see.
Ernie, we got a question about the KWRI goals, and it's a little bit of both, Nikki. It's about how do we recruit more veterans, and coming up with programs from a KWRI perspective that we can support veterans coming out of some military. There's a big initiative going on that Levi is creating to be able to support veterans coming out of military, and a kind of like a nationwide program that they're working on. And then in tune, serving more veterans, kind of like I said, how do we develop some lead generation programs or programs to be able to, have certain ways that we can, work our database of military families to help change their life. And in turn, like we said, that helps build theirs. So there is two. Do you want to tell them, do you have any more on the program that Levi is initiated for going into, I think they've got like several bases now where we're going to be going in and doing some kind of a military affiliation. Are you familiar with that?
As far as going into a military base, it's not that easy to go into a military base. I've done it one time while I was in reserve status, but there are vendors that do come out and talk. So first of all, we have to get established and then go out there and then talk to the right people to allow us to speak to these military families. But yeah, that's one of the big goals of all of us actually to do. I know with VA Rep, it's something from the TAPS program, which is the program that the veterans take when they leave active duty and they're coming out and they're coming back into the civilian world. They get classes on how to basically leave the military, learn about finances. It's not that well of a job that they do. So I know with VA rep, been working on that for years. And Levi, because there's a lot of VA rep members in the KWRI level, they want to tackle the same thing. And with the force of KW, we think it'll be heard, right? So he wants to work on that. And then, yes, if we have a program like what Chris Baker does and Jessica Estrada do, and imagine if a military agent then takes the QL training and then can go talk to those soldiers on those bases, because you already have proof that these are classes that work, and it's not just someone trying to come in and do something. They're actually coming to teach something. And I think that would be the door that will allow us to do that. So
yeah, I think that Skillshare is the one that they talked to us about on the RD meeting the other day, that they are getting approved for several bases to be able to go in and work that. And then I'm not sure if you are all familiar with KWKC, but I see that we got some hands up here that we'll get to in a second. But Keller Williams Kids Can is a 501(c) program, but basically it's teaching Quantum Leap. Now, if you've never taken Quantum Leap, it's basically Quantum Leap is Gary's story, but it's developing leadership skills, putting your mission, vision, values, and perspectives together, understanding how to put your goals together, coming up with where you want to be, and developing some of the skill set and leadership skills that we learn in Keller Williams, but learning that at a very, very young age. And so, I would love for all of you to become a KWKC instructor, because then you can take this out to military families. Even though it's called KW Kids Can, it's not about a Keller Williams kid. It's about what we teach as leaders in our company, and then being able to take that out and teach that in the community to young adults. It just happens to be a Keller Williams program. And there's no cost to this program. That's the beauty of it. There's no cost to it. You can become a teacher, learn about it. I think to become a teacher, it's $250. But then you can learn, get all access to all the materials. You get educated on how to be able to deliver the material. And then you can go out and teach this to your ROTC, to your military families, to anybody that has a child from the ages of 14 to 26. And there's no cost. They do ask for a $25 donation because it is a 501(c), and it's totally funded by Gary and Keller Williams. And hopefully you all can contribute to that through your green sheet. So green sheets, listen to me, your opportunity sheets. That was an old saying, a green sheet. But you guys weren't around when we had blue sheets either. So anyway, we'll talk more about that on our next call as well. And we'll get information out to you on that. We have a question from Bill Kramer, and then we'll move over to Chris.
Yeah, hey, just one thing. So I work with the National Guard a lot right now. I'm literally going to National Guards all over. And then one thing I would tell you guys is to reach out to the National Guard, and then like next June 2nd through the 4th in Stone Mountain, Georgia is the National Guard State Conference. That's a great place to reach out to National Guard. And then the 21st to the 24th is the state of Florida's National Guard Conference in Orlando. So those things are very easy. And the National Guard, I'm out there every week, like Monday out on Memorial Day, I fly to Michigan. So I'm telling you, if you can start talking to the National Guard, you'll be able to build your downline and get you guys involved that way. And it's a very cheap process too.
Hey, Bill, I would love to talk to you more about that, because there's also some things that we might be able to help you or others on in being able to recruit people to help you build your profit share tree. So I'd love to be able to talk to you about that, to be able to help you guys go out and attend some of these things and do this, to be able to bring some of these, people that want to have a real estate career together. So if you're interested in that, let me know, Bill, and I'll be happy to help you with that.
Yeah, anytime. I'm always open. And then at these conferences is the tag for each state, which is the adjutant general. He's in charge of all the military for that state. So it's a great way for, I think personally, for KW get into each state, maybe do a partnership with each state, and it would help. It would help a lot, because there's a lot of National Guard guys that are struggling right now.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So
Hey, Hey, Bill, do they still have the P3 officer, or was that a program they took out? I know for my
Yeah.
unit, we had them.
Yeah, they changed a lot of that stuff. Every state's different, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Hey, Ernie, real quick. So I'm still, as you can see, active duty. I'm out on lunch right now, about to go back in. But so I'm working hand in hand with the Skill Bridge team. I know you guys said something called skill set. Was that
Yeah.
something? Is that different for some of the forces, or?
No, it was brought up in the KW military mastermind a couple weeks ago, and someone brought that up. I think it's Skill Bridge, right?
It's
So
it's Skill Bridge, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're
So
looking at
and
incorporating that into.
yes, sir. Yeah, so how you got to do it though is it's really tricky because you have to either be affiliated with a course or credit corrections. There's a bunch of real estate agents that are catching on really fast, especially Exit, Coldwell Banker. They're doing a couple now. If you're a military member and you want to do Skill Bridge through the bases, email me. I'll put my email up on because I just went through the whole process of getting our market center set up. And we've got probably 10 to 15 retiring active duty coming through the doors monthly now. And that's all paid for through Skill Bridge, certifications now, and also their license fees. So there's a whole huge program with that as well.
So our CEO of KWX, Carl Liebert, is ex-military in the Navy. And he's the one that's been able to go in and affiliate with several of these bases. So there's a big initiative going on right now for that. So
Awesome.
Yeah, there was somebody in the call that is already active in it, and that's how they said they will make that connection and get that going. But definitely share that with me as well. I'd love to see it, and just in case I could send it up to them as well, because if we get this connection made, it just trickles down, and then it's just something that's going to be able to help more people.
Awesome.
So
yeah,
appreciate it.
Connections locally and stuff, and there's some things that we can help with. I think that would be awesome. So we need to work with Adam and let Carl know, because maybe that could be an assistance to us, Ernie. And maybe just have you talk about that, Adam, on one of our calls, because maybe a lot of people don't know about that, and it's a great way for us to be able to get that local message out to people. Do you know what I mean? I'd love to learn more about.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And Force Master Chief down here for pretty much Florida region, Force Master Chief 5, and Admiral Gunnings is completely on board. I had a meeting with them, I would say about 2 weeks ago in DC, and they are completely on board with being the guinea pigs of realtors, kind of getting in and more. The way we sold it was knowledge, trying to get and everybody knows that's in this channel. If you're military, here's your BEH, go out in town. We sold it as let's get a training op meeting, Skill Bridge thing set up for KW to kind of partner with for more of the knowledge and investment side. Hey, maybe you shouldn't sell your house with this guy for 8%. You should have the knowledge of maybe, taking out your equity, starting a portfolio. But they are completely on board, and they own the entire Southeast region for Naval region. And that includes the hospitals, shipyards, everything.
Adam, can you put your contact information or just give me your phone number or whatever, so I can get in touch with you after this call, or, maybe not right after the call. What's your,
yes, ma'am.
Just put it in the chat.
And Chris Baker put in there the training link for instructors.
I didn't know Chris was on this call. I'm going to call on him in a minute.
Yes.
I want to get to Chris.
Yeah, he's there.
I want to get to Chris Shalosky first. Chris, you had your hand.
Yeah, I just wanted to relate my experience that I had my local base is that one of the things with trying to go through the housing office, and one of the things that you could not do is do any kind of advertising. You couldn't say what company you're with or anything like that, so you could help. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there for folks and see if people had similar experiences and how you worked around it.
I used to do that before, and what I did was actually I had drilled the other weekend, so I had to make sure I was not in uniform. As long as you have, this is the way I did it. As long as you have permission from the chain of command to be on the schedule or come on a drill date and actually give them a class on something, it's okay. So I know with my unit, it was with the P3 officer, but that was something they were dismantling as I was retiring. So it's once you make that connection with the, I don't know what they're called anymore. You could get in charge with the unit, be on the calendar, and you can't hand out the cards, but you can have your cards on the counter and then have your flyers for your presentation. And then if the military folk stand up and grab your card, that's a different story. At least that's the way it was done when I did it. And that's what I'm saying. It's not that easy just to walk in and give that class. It's military has a lot of strict rules, and because they don't want to be poached. That's how they feel. But if you come with value, like the link, Chris, if you could share that link again, because I did it wrong. But if you become an instructor for KWKC, that's already something that's established, and you could show that it's working. And if you're going to go there and talk about with your military background that you're learning, it only gives benefit to it. So.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and then I want to, Chris Baker, I want to call on you in a minute, so get ready. But it said here, it said, instead of going through housing, we've done home buyer, seller, renter, or prospective agent courses. We share flyers with local businesses where military veterans regularly visit. So that's a good idea too. And just so you guys know, we have these, there's a new a new home buyers book out. And then we have things called, the Millionaire Real Estate Investor for people that maybe are military that want to invest in real estate. So there's a lot of different courses we offer too, that you can do different types of presentations when you do invite, somebody. There you go. I didn't know that, Chris, I work on your behalf even when I don't know that you're on the call. So Chris Baker, where are you? There he is. See, Chris, I didn't know you were on the call.
I'm here.
Working for you?
Yes, I did.
So why don't you tell everybody that wouldn't it be great if every one of our military leaders became a KWKC instructor and could change the lives of young military men or women?
Yeah, there's definitely an opportunity there for if you have a passion for helping young adults kind of grow and you have a passion for teaching. I'm sure most military folks have taught something that's just part of what we kind of do. And so there's a great opportunity to do that. And so the perspective that, like Ernie was kind of talking about, and we've shared with Georgia, and Georgia is basically, by the way, guys, I want you to know, this is General Alpazar. Okay. So like, don't let her fool you. She acts like a 4-star general, and she runs like a commander. Okay. So like, even though she might not have any military experience, let it be known that she definitely runs a military style organization in the North Florida region. Okay. So we're in good company. And I always think that like KW is a great place because I think it's a great transition for our culture and all that kind of stuff. And saying that is that one of the things that, doing KWKC is a good opportunity. One, I feel like military families can always need an opportunity, right? They have children that are going through high school. They have children that are in college. And what would it look like if they had an opportunity to win a $5,000 scholarship for any goal that they want in their lives? What little carrot could that be to maybe have some military service members, children, or even young soldiers and airmen and sailors and Marines that maybe would like to get a little bit more self-leadership and understand how they can invest and how they can leave a true life for themselves and stuff like that. So there's a lot of opportunity in our program with KWKC because it's targeted towards basically students that are between 14 and 28 years old, which is a big demographic in our military community, either be service members or be family members that are involved in that program. So there's just a good opportunity to do some stuff there.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you, Chris. So if they're interested, you can reach out.
Thank you, Chris.
Put your email in there again. I told them they could just go to kwkc.org and sign up for that. But we would love to have all of you consider being a KWKC instructor. And we're looking for a KWKC instructor in every market center as well. We want to have at least 2 or 3 in every market center. Okay, so it says outside of registering in command as a veteran, is there anything else we need to do to become formal members of this group? Not yet. I don't believe that there is, nor is there a veterans discount code for anything. There's no cost to this. Currently, there's no cost to being part of this military group or anything, right, Ernie?
Not right now, but I know what we're doing is establishing it and have that one office representative. So if you're in, you want to be selected, and let it be known. Let your office know that this is what you want to do, and you'll be, the point for that, right? And then what we'll be doing later on, masterminds and stuff like that. Because I know KW is coming down. We already have MAPS coaching, so it'll come down. But I know for those who are not military, and please don't take that the wrong way, just people who are passionate, there's classes that are coming for you for that. And the MAPS coaching one is a nice one. I really do like it. I'm sure Amy could confer on that, because it's stuff that I thought I knew, and then I learned something new. I was like, you never know everything, and it's good to always be learning.
Awesome. So today's call was basically just informative, and I think we got a lot of really great ideas from this, Ernie, today on things that they want to talk about in the future. But as we wrap this up, let's have them either go off mute or put in the chat what you would like this next call to be, because this one was more informational just to get it started. The next one, I think every call we want to bring you some items of value. But I also want to ask you, how many of you were on the portability call, the tax portability call with Ray Lopez? Were any of you on that call last week? George, did you get good value from that call? Because we actually have that call. I didn't see everybody else. Can you guys shake your head if you were or were not on that call? Ian, did you get good value from that call? Okay, because we actually have that call scheduled at the same time we were going to have this call next week, next month. So to be honest with you, I think that if Ernie, if we were to go ahead and do the tax portability call for our military folks next call, which would be in 30 days, and it's be at noon, I don't know that there could be any better value for that, because that is all about working with your buyers and sellers and being able to transfer that tax dollar, that tax base basically to your move. And in some cases it's saving, what did you find out, George, that it saved people thousands of dollars, right?
Yeah, you can save a lot of money. I will say that it takes a couple of times to go through it and to understand it, but it's definitely worth going. So I'd highly recommend that the next time we could teach that as a class.
So we can get Ray to do that. It'll be the same time, but the 4th, what date is that, Ashley? It's I think it's the 22nd of June, if that's the fourth Wednesday. And then we can stay on that call afterwards for any questions and then any updates. So it would be like from 12 to 1, and then we can stay on that call afterwards, Ernie. And Ray was going to stay on there to ask any questions, and then we can give any updates that we need as well. What do you guys think about that? Does that sound good?
That's awesome.
Okay.
We did it here. He came to our office and gave that class, and all of us left with good tidbits.
Yeah. And people still they still don't have a firm grasp of it. So I think that would be good. And then we will get information, Amy, on the Hometown for Heroes bond loans. That might be something that we can talk about on our next call, because I think we're going to need to have another 30 or 60 days while Levi kind of transitions into this before we can really start bringing you some more meat on some of the things we're doing. So I think if we start with our tax portability, and then on the next call, Ernie, we'll have more information on some of these things that they want to mastermind on. And then Ernie, let's get together and figure out when we can have a live event.
That'd be awesome. Guys, think very quickly of anything you want us to bring. Throw it in there because information our way. helps us guide a map of how we want to get it, right? So I might have a class already that I'm getting from MAPS coaching, and I could ask Karina to come give it or share with it, right? Because we want that military group to coaching to grow as well. So she might come do it for our group. You never know. So put it in the group right there of what you want to see, and that'll give us a roadmap. George, nice seeing you, buddy.
Yeah, David Goggins, they would like him to speak to our group. Who can somebody share with me David Goggins, Andrew?
Yeah, I'll send you a couple of links on him, but he was in two different special forces, and he's very, very he's very, very mindset strong. He's very driven. He wrote a book called Can't Hurt Me. And he's probably how do I say it, PC. He's very rough around the edges, like most veterans. And profanity is a strong suit of his. So you kind of have to get rid of that with your ear and your mind. However, I can say, I mean, one example of the gentleman is, I don't know if anybody knows the weight, but he was like 350 or 400 pounds, and now he's like shredded and looks like a machine. But one example of his mindset is he was running an ultra 100-mile marathon, and 70 miles in, he had broken bones in his feet, and he finished the race. So I can relate to that because I broke a bone in my foot last week. And I've been walking on it all of this week, and he's kind of been my inspiration of that. Is like, if he can run 30 miles on it, then I can walk on it. So just, your mind's very strong. And he talks about how, don't quote me on this because it's been a while since I read the book, but he talks how most people only do like 40% or 60% of what they're actually capable of. I think it's 40%. And so there's always more. And that's one of the things with us. All of us that are here, veterans, get that. Like, we've been programmed. We know we can do more than what we think we can do, and we're stronger together. And that's the strength of this team and of the military, is you've got your brother or your sister when you're struggling, pulling you forward or pulling you up, motivating you, lifting you to be stronger, be harder, do better, constantly improve, constantly learn. And that's just the power of this group, as it's going to make KW as a whole stronger and make each one of us better servant leaders and better agents for our clients and better agents for our community. So
awesome. And then hey Brady, I don't know if you've done this yet, because I don't know if we want to talk about it more, but we are creating is Brady still here? Did he go to lunch? But Ashley, we are putting together a military Facebook page, just specifically for you guys. And I guess we're going to call it KW North Florida Military. Okay, so it doesn't get confused with anything. And then then we will be inviting you to that Facebook. And then some of you are still asking about, if you're not, how do you get involved if you're not part of the military? Right now, that's just a clarification on your command for a designation. And Wanda, we're not going to stop anybody from being on these calls if they want to participate with the military in serving them and helping them build their world and find houses and all sorts of stuff. It's just that in order to be designated in command as a military person, you need to have a designation from the military in some fashion. But we're not going to eliminate anybody from being on these calls that certainly want to work with military families and learn how to build their businesses. So I think that's correct, right, Ernie?
Yeah, Georgia, thank you on that. We have a lot of groups out there, like Nikki. Thank you, Nikki. Nice seeing you. Like, there's the Marne Ambassador group. That's on. We have that as well out there. So there are some military groups out there. So like VA Rep, Marne. KW, what they did is just took all that and they want to make it big and strong. Andrew was on point. We are different. We already know that we could push our limits and get better results. So this group here, whether you're military or not, if you feed into this and you make it grow, it will happen. Just think about everybody's hard work from the years past. George Freelove, thank you. Bo Cooksey, I don't know if you people remember Bo. These are people that were out there pushing the military. Well, keep pushing this group. This group is going to be out there. It's regional now. It's not office, it's regional. And now it's KWRI. So help us by helping you get this in there, ask the questions. And it's okay. Like Georgia said, you're not military, you still could be part of this group. Come attend, come look, come learn. We welcome everybody because it's the focus is to push us forward to get these results done. So I'm gonna ask in true military fashion, I'm gonna ask, and you guys could email us as well, the things you wanna see. Just make it very limited, please, not a book, because I write a book. I know I could get overwhelming sometimes in writing, but an after action review. Hey guys, how you doing? I need an AAR from you about this chat call right now. Everybody's laughing over there. AAR is basically an after action review. We just had this conversation. What can we have done better? What have you learned? And what can we do for the future, right? And it's all constructive criticism, guys. We're looking to make this a great success. We need your help. Thanks.
Ernie, we have to download PowerPoint now.
God.
We do have an initiative. Chris didn't talk about it, but Chris, we're going to start our initiative for our KWKC fundraiser that's going to be for the Founders Day on July 21st, right? And so be watching for that because we'd love for you guys to be leaders of that in your market center next month as we raise money to be able to help support, because our goal is to raise money in advance of the actual Founders Day. So Chris, we're gonna be getting in touch with you as to how to do that, but be watching for that. And that's gonna give you an opportunity to make a donation and then be able to attend the big quantum leap with Dick Dillingham in Orlando in September. Compliments if you make a $99 donation. So we're gonna be sending that out to everybody too, Chris, right? Gonna get a head start on that, Chris.
Yes. Awesome. Thanks.
All right, Ernie, are we good? A hoorah or whatever you guys say, a salute out and Ernie, you're on mute. You know what? I watch.
I'm sorry.
I watch like NCIS and I watch, all these different things. So I don't know which thing to be able to sign off on. And I'm the general, so I need to be doing something appropriate.
I have one question. Where would you like these questions to be emailed to? Do you want them to be funneled through me, or how would you? Is there an email we could do this?
Yeah, they can go to you, Ernie, or they can put them in Facebook. We're going to set this up, and if you want to just have them put them in Facebook. Actually,
that'd be better if we create the group, the North Florida Military group, then we could put it in there, and it just brings more activity to the page. It will help. Now, is this group going to be shareable or not?
Well, what do you mean by shareable?
Well, like I said, I'm part of the MARN group, right? So we have our stuff that we don't share in there because we try to keep it within the group. I'm thinking
it's whatever you guys want it to be. It's not our group. We're set it up for you, but it's what you want it to be.
Ernie.
Yes.
So I was part of the KWSC stand-up for sports and entertainment, and kind of seen that where it grew to now region, now KWRI, and where it's at now. And just to tell you, the communication was absolutely awful in the beginning, right? It was so brand new. It was a baby that Keller Williams developed. And just some of the things that we had to deal with that we came up with, the Facebook group had to be closed. Like if you were military, or if you were sports and entertainment, whatever your designation was in command, it had to be closed to that, because before we knew it, there was 5,000 people in there looking for referrals and information, and it just got so out of hand that nobody knew what the hell was going on. So again, that's something I guess region has to reach out and see how they want to do it. But if you open the Facebook group to everyone, maybe it could be something, maybe a separate one that's public, but maybe the one for the military division might want to be closed, because trying to get out the information was just crazy.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be closed. And Adam, they did not have a General Georgia initiated this.
Everybody says it's closed. I'm looking at the chat group. These are a lot of our friends here who have groups. Thank you, Adam, for that feedback. I agree. Thank you for that. Keep it closed. That way we could keep it in there. And if we want to create one that everybody, because you're right, we're going to get flooded with all these
Yes, sir.
referrals and stuff like that. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. So you have some expertise coming from there as well as I know you could share. So that's
Absolutely.
awesome. Oh, I got an ARR. Woo.
Yeah. You know, it doesn't mean that we can't maybe invite others from other regions or something to be a part of it if you guys choose to do that. Do you know what I mean? But right now, we're going to be the administrators of it to control it so we don't have it getting out to major chaos. And then
Right.
we'll get a few of you together as a task force to decide how you want to move forward with this group, and then we'll make decisions based on that.
Okay.
You know?
I would say everybody that came today should be part of it, and looks good. There's a lot of feedback on the group, Georgia.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So if you have no other questions,
You know, some people are asking now about the, you know, about this military group, and it is right now KW military group. So we'll work on that, and we'll come up with the ways that who gets to be in it and so forth. So we'll make it we'll work to make it a win. Okay.
thank you, guys. Thank you for making my nervous day.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Your,
You rock, Ernie. Thanks, Georgia. Love y'all.
One like this, Georgia. Like this.
and happy Memorial Day, or celebrate Memorial Day, and hope you have a wonderful holiday.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Thank you all.
Don't want to
Hooah.
forget-
Bye, guys. God bless.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.